Let's talk about an email newsletter design tutorial. 10 quick things on creating a perfect email newsletter. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous if you're to ask me. And if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about, I want to give you an email newsletter design tutorial for beginners. And I want to give you 10 quick tips on creating a perfect email newsletter. Now, your email newsletters can be captivating, compelling, and conversion friendly if you apply the 10 tips that I'm going to give you in the next few minutes. So you want to really kind of stay until the end of today's conversation so you can learn how to run email marketing campaigns that deliver better and stronger results. That's what we need, folks. That's what we need. And you need to hear this conversation because whether you are a business owner, a marketer, or SEO professional, web designer, and landing page designers, you need to find the best and the latest proven ways to create email newsletters for long-lasting business relationships. Number one, the first tip, you need to analyze the context. So what action do you want your contacts to take once they receive your email? Think about that, folks. You need to analyze the context. You need to start creating your email newsletter by first analyzing the main reason you're sending it to this specific set of contacts. Understands the needs and wants of your target audience. Understands that there's a director of everything going on. You have to understand what's happening in the industry, what's happening in their operations, in their business, and then based on that needs, based on that context, you can design an email newsletter. Think about the wants and think about why they should click on that email, why they should click on that newsletter, why they should click on the particular CTA, the call to action. So analyze the context. Number two, you want to set a goal and be consistent. So when it comes to email newsletter designs, you got to be very careful about creating some kind of havoc in the minds of your target audience. You want to be consistent in terms of messaging, in terms of branding, in terms of color coding. You want everything to be consistent, to be smooth, to be flawless. Make sure your content supports your original goals. Long content and imprudent design can distract from the main topic and might create chaos instead of clarity. You want to stay focused on your goal while simultaneously informing, educating, and entertaining your contacts. Very important. And an email newsletter, when it's properly designed, should either inform, educate, or entertain, or guess what? All of the above. They should educate, entertain, and inform your contacts. Email consistency is kind of cool because it has become in the last 5 years very pivotal in the messaging of big brands and small brands. Guess what? It is a well-known fact today, folks, that email marketing is not a one-time task to promote your business and brand. So you'll have to send multiple emails. It's a grind, folks. This is a marathon. So you have to decide the consistency of your newsletters and stick to that plan so you don't overwhelm your contacts. Now, after analyzing the context, setting a goal, and being consistent, you need to choose a newsletter style, folks. What style works for you? What kind of style resonates with you? And more important, resonates with your target audience. Don't send us a newsletter style that is more geared for an 18-year-old band or an 18-year-old group of folks than if you were trying to target a retiree group. What I'm trying to say here is that I'm just using an example, the age category, but you can use other criteria. Age is only one criterion, but the bottom line, and I'm sure you got the point here, is that you need to decide the style you want for your newsletter and choose a template that matches the context of your email. This will help you in preparing the design and content for your campaign. Very important, folks. Pick a style that enables your brand to shine, that enables you to shine. that enables your audience to shine. You're putting your audience in the middle of the conversation, at the center and epicenter of the conversation. You want to add videos to your emails, if suitable, of course. People are attracted to visuals more than blocks of writing, blah, blah, blah. So with video merge tags, you can add variety to your email campaigns by sending videos to your customers, and you can embed the videos on YouTube or on Vimeo, right? So let your customers spread the word. As I said earlier, if you put your customers at the center and epicenter of your newsletter campaign, guess what? They will do the work for you. So you can reach a bigger audience by letting customers share your content for you. Add social share tags to your emails so customers can share them with their social networks. What I'm trying to say here is that you need to have a long-term view. You need to have a holistic view of your email newsletter campaign if you want to get it right. And the only way you can do this is, again, and those are the first three things I just talked about. You want to analyze the context, set a goal and be consistent, and choose a newsletter style that fits your brand and your customers and your target audience needs and wants. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I hope you are doing fantastic here. I'm doing marvelous if you're to ask me, and I'm continuing this conversation today. We're talking about email newsletter design, and I'm just giving you a quick tutorial on creating a perfect email newsletter. How do we do this? How do we move on? What's next? What's really next? You want to gather your content. You want to assemble your content and drop it in your email newsletter. Now, make sure it is relevant. Sending relevant content to the right contacts is essential to nurturing leads and driving sales, which is, if you think about it, the ultimate goal here, right? So generating content for emails can be repetitive. Sometimes you'll need help finding new approaches to concepts you have covered before. So this is a scenario where personalization, remember this keyword, personalization, can help you craft newsletter content that is consistently fresh and relevant. You want to be able to use dynamic content. You want to merge tags and many more to improve the quality of your newsletters so that it doesn't appear to be monotonous. And that's what you really want to fight against. Monotony is bad, especially when it comes to digital marketing and email newsletters. You don't want to have a monotony. And monotony is not just in terms of the content or the tags. Monotony can be everything from the color, the format, the content, the time that you send it. You want to switch things around every now and then. Number 5, and we're talking again, I've promised you 10 quick tips on creating a perfect email newsletter. So now we are on tip number 5. Personalize if necessary. So you want to address your recipients by their names. You want to add videos in your emails, generate unique coupon rates for each recipient, and much more. Stop sounding robotic. You are a human being. You're not a bot. So you want to greet customers by name. Customers are more likely to read emails that address them personally. Change the tone of your emails by using merge tags to greet each customer by name. Create a personal connection with your leads. One thing that is very important is that if you can do this through special software, CRM, so client relationship management software, that allows you to merge. So you can actually merge tags so that you can establish a relationship between your leads and your sales team. Give your leads a point of contact by emailing them from the same salesperson every time. Going back to what I said earlier, consistency. Set a goal and be consistent. Next thing you want to do, and this is tip number 6, folks, you want to use visuals carefully. Why? You got to strike a balance here. This is not a Hollywood production. Your email newsletter is not a Hollywood production. So when designing it, make sure that you don't have excessive visuals. Why? Because excessive visuals in your email campaigns can confuse contacts about where to focus. And you don't want that, because your contacts are bombarded by gazillions of email newsletters every day, and you want them to spare the 3 or 4 minutes on your newsletter. You got to be straight to the point. You got to be very, very, very clear and concise. So when editing email newsletter templates, only tweak areas that really require customization. Your aim is to impress your readers with minimal design and content, not to express all of your concepts at once. Tip number 7. When it comes to designing an email newsletter, your impeccable email newsletter, you want to seek higher conversions. Very important. We're not doing all of this because we want to be nice to our viewers or we want to be nice to our readers. No. The whole goal, the whole deal here is, folks, is to convert. You want to convert. So while email templates with the right content and upgraded design can increase engagement from contacts, using a compelling call to action, it's a CTA button, in the right place and with the right click can drive more engagement and conversions. And that's the bottom line. The bottom line is that you need to, the bottom line of digital marketing in general is conversions. If you do all the work up front, I'm talking about everything all the way to conversions, but you have a poor CTR, a click-through rate, or even a conversion rate, guess what? The whole deal is not effective. So you gotta find a way to embed conversion optimization into your digital marketing, into your email newsletter marketing. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We're also having a conversation today around email. I'm giving you an email newsletter design tutorial, and I'm giving you 10 quick tips on creating a perfect and impeccable email newsletter. I've already given you 7. Let's move on to number 8. By the way, if you love the clarity and quality of the show so far, of the content so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you are aware in real time whenever we drop a new show. You can also, we would appreciate it if you will like, share, and comment on today's show. We answer all questions as long as they are relevant to the topic being discussed. Let's talk about tip number 8. You want to double check legal compliance. Yes, very important. We did a show about the regulations you got to be aware of when you're selling on the internet, when you're using electronic means to contact or exchange with customers or other stakeholders. You might want to double check that. But the point here is that you want to keep your email legally compliant to avoid them being added to your contacts' spam folders. And you want to authenticate your domain and follow email laws and regulations to avoid further consequences, not to mention wasted time and effort. By the way, if you are sending to clients in Europe, you probably heard of something called the GDPR. So this is very important. So you have to, the general data privacy right, you want to think about that, and you want to make sure that the email newsletters provider the email newsletter software program, what am I talking about here? You want to make sure that the email newsletter software provider that you choose has GDPR clues or GDPR tools embedded into their platform to ensure that when you send to customers in the EU and the European Union, you don't have any problem with the authorities out there. So double check legal compliance. Tip number 9. When it comes to designing an email newsletter, an impeccable email newsletter, you want to test and preview before you hit send. So you want to send your newsletter to a test email address to check for typos in content or layout errors before emailing it to all your contacts. So preview it on multiple devices to confirm that it is responsive. So phone, smartphone, desktop, tablet, and phablet. So also recheck the sender address and subject name. So deliverability and display are the 2 major factors that affect email campaigns. So test and preview your emails before sending them to confirm that there are no mistakes or miscommunications happening between your brand and your contacts. Now, I was talking to you earlier about deliverability and display being the 2 key factors that affect email campaigns. Now, there is a way to check them. You want to run a compatibility check on your newsletter. It's very important that your newsletters be compatible. So compatibility check will allow you to kind of spot a few errors. Your subscribers read emails on different devices and platforms. So with the preview option, you can see how your newsletters will look on various devices and make sure they appear exactly how you designed them. Number 10, this is the last tip here. You want to analyze email reports. So paying attention to your email campaign reports can help you plan future email campaigns. Take notes of your open rates, your click-through rates, your CTR, your bounces, and the unsubscribes as you monitor your next set of email newsletters. So because understanding those metrics will help you avoid repeating mistakes. This is kind of important. All right, folks, this is pretty much it. Let's quickly wrap up today's conversation. So I was giving you a quick email newsletter design tutorial, and I was giving you 10 quick tips on creating a perfect email newsletter. And here are those 10 quick tips. First, analyze the context. Set a goal and be consistent. Choose a newsletter style. Assemble your content. Personalize if necessary. Use visuals carefully. Seek higher conversions. Double check legal compliance. Test and preview before you hit send. Analyze email reports. I will see you another time, folks. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.